Dirty dealings, corporate battles, consumer woes. This is Evening 5. The Cabinet on Wednesday decided to discontinue the construction of the Petaling Jaya Dispersal Link Highway project in the PJ area as the developer, PJD Link Malaysia, had failed to meet the number of conditions precedent. Communications Minister Fahmi, who is also the spokesman for the unity government, said the decision also saw no extension of time after the conditions set failed to be met by the project concessionaire. PJD Link is the concessionaire for the proposed 25.4-kilometre two-lane dual carriageway, which would start after the new Klang Valley Expressway toll plaza at the Sprint Expressway Damansara and would end at the intersection of the Bukit Jalil Highway. The project aimed to improve traffic congestion and aimed to reduce the travel time between Damansara and Kinrara by 25%, as well as accommodate future vehicle growth in the Klang Valley. Fahmi said the Ministry of Works will issue a statement regarding the matter in the near future. PJD Link signed a concession agreement with the Malaysian government on April 5, 2022, then headed by PM Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob. Then in July last year, Selangor Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Amiruddin Syari announced the cancellation of the PJD Link project, explaining that should it fail to meet requirements, it would share the same fate as the proposed Kinrara-Damansara Expressway, which was shelved in 2015. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has confirmed seeing the addendum order purportedly issued by the previous king for ex-Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak's jail sentence to be commuted and for him to be placed under house arrest instead. The UMNO president is the so-called critical witness who had affirmed an affidavit in support dated April 9th of Najib's application against the government and 6 others. Zahid said in the affirmed document that Trade and Industry Minister Tunku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz had shown him a scanned copy of the said order on his phone on January 30th. He claimed that the order, which bore the seal and signature of the then king, expressly stated that Najib be allowed to serve his reduced jail sentence under house arrest. He said he does not have a copy of the order, but he believes the order has been cited by other members of the government and specifically named Pahang MB Datuk Sri Wan Rosti Wan Ismail among them. According to Zahid, the Attorney General had the original copy of the addendum order for his legal input. Royal pardon matters are protected by the Official Secrets Act. The media were prohibited from covering today's proceedings, with Najib's lead counsel Tan Sri Muhammad Shafiq Abdullah citing the sensitive matters of the case. However, court officials confirmed there is no protective order barring reports on the contents of the additional affidavit, including this one by Zahid. Later in the day, Zafrul said in a statement that he will be seeking legal advice and will seek leave to file an affidavit to correct certain factual errors contained in Zahid's affirmation. He said he takes no position on the merits of the ongoing case. IGB Real Estate Investment Trust saw a 4.79% jump in its first quarter net property income from a year earlier, largely thanks to higher rental income. NPI rose to 124.2 million from 118.6 million previously, while revenue improved by over 5% to 162.6 million versus last year's 154.6 million ringgit. Looking ahead, IGB REIT expects the retail sector to record a 3.5% growth in the second quarter, with contributions mainly from the Hari Raya Festival and an overall 4% growth for the full year of 2024. However, it remains cautious about the rising cost of living and inflationary pressures, which may affect consumer spending as well as lead to higher operating costs, potentially impacting retail sales. Meanwhile, its sister company, IGB Commercial REIT, reported a higher 6.9% year-on-year NPI of 34.2 million for the first quarter, as revenue increased by 5% to 162.6 million ringgit. IGB Commercial REIT attributed the increase in earnings to higher maintenance costs incurred in the preceding quarter. For the upcoming quarter, IGB Commercial REIT said it will actively adopt strategic approaches to maintain the relevance of its investment properties in the market. IGB REIT declared an income distribution per unit of 2.96 cent, while IGB Commercial REIT announced a DPU of 0.96 cent. Property developer Menang Corp Malaysia has signed an agreement to acquire 20% of an Indonesian healthcare joint venture for 4 million ringgit. According to its exchange filing, the company also agreed to subscribe up to 30 million preference shares for 30 million in the JV. The remaining 80% of the JV will be held by Alpro Alliance, which retails pharmaceutical products. Menang said the investment presents an opportunity for the company and its subsidiaries to form a strategic partnership with Alpro Alliance in venturing into the healthcare and wellness business in the thriving Indonesian market. Menang mainly develops properties in Seremban, where it is developing the remaining 460 acres of mixed development land in Seremban 3. The company also has 3 concession projects to develop University Technology Mara campuses. Under the shareholders' agreement signed, Menang will subscribe to 20 million preference shares in the JV. It also undertakes to provide additional funds of up to 10 million to the JV for potential acquisitions. Alpro Alliance will nominate 8 directors to the board of the JV, while Menang is entitled to nominate 2. The investment will be fully funded by internally generated funds. At the close, shares in Menang were 2.4% higher at 63 cents, giving it a market capitalization of 326.61 million ringgit. Malayan Flour Mills is investing a total of 100 million in FY 2024, of which 32 million will be used to install a new milling line in Lumut, Bernama reports. Chairman Dato' Oh Chong Peng said the new milling line will have the latest, more efficient, cost-effective technology. It will also raise the existing 1,800 million tonnes daily capacity by another 600 million tonnes. The balance of 60 million will be to construct and install flour silos and flour blending facilities in Mekong Flour Mills in southern Vietnam. O said MFM had a capital expenditure of 34.8 million in FY 2023, the bulk of which was invested in 14 additional wheat silos in Mekong Flour Mills to double its capacity and to enhance its warehouse and workshop. As for its poultry integration segment, most of the capex was invested to raise the capacity of both the wastewater treatment and rendering facilities at its primary processing plant. The segment intends to invest about 218 million to upgrade and expand breeder farms and automate the primary processing plant. MFM also aims to take the synergistic partnership with Tyson International Holding Co. to the next level. Meanwhile, for the flour and grain trading segment, MFM will continue to build relationships with suppliers to secure an uninterrupted supply of raw materials to production facilities in Malaysia, Vietnam and Indonesia.